Lakers like an Oprah Winfrey show. You get a basket. You get a basket. You get a basket. Everybody who plays against the Lakers, they gonna make everybody look good. I mean, they're like the Washington Generals. They gonna make every team's the Globetrotters against them. I mean, and we can keep sugarcoating it, and I know they gonna make us talk about the Lakers. The Lakers are a mediocre team.
If Charles Barkley grabs a mic and starts cooking the Lakers again, you already know something wild is coming out of his mouth. This time it was so accurate it almost hurt to laugh, especially when he hit them with the Washington Generals comparison, slipped into that Oprah impression, and then fired off the sciatica joke straight at LeBron. Chuck did not hold back a single syllable, and every word hit clean. This one felt different. Drop a comment below. Are the Lakers really a serious playoff threat in the West this season? Or is Charles Barkley calling it exactly how it is?
Why do you hate the Lakers, Chuck? Tell us.
Why I hate the Lakers? It's always somebody else's fault. Remember 3 years ago, it was Russell Westbrook's fault. Then it was Frank Vogel's fault. Then it was D'Angelo Russell's fault. Then it was Darvin Ham's fault. It's always somebody else's fault. And it bothers me. Listen, you don't always blame other people for your shortcomings.
Take a second and appreciate what Chuck has done here. Before we even break down what he actually said, you have to admit he has turned Lakers commentary into a full art form. If you watch Inside the NBA on a regular basis, you already know the Lakers are his favorite topic. Not favorite because he loves them. Favorite because they keep giving him material like a never-ending stand-up set.
Lakers like an Oprah Winfrey show. You get a basket. You get a basket. You get a basket. Everybody who plays against the Lakers, they gonna make everybody look good. I mean, they're like the Washington Generals. They gonna make every team's the Globetrotters against them. I mean, and we can keep sugarcoating it, and I know they gonna make us talk about the Lakers. The Lakers are a mediocre team.
Every season, every stretch, every meltdown adds another chapter. For years now, the Lakers have been Chuck's personal comedy factory, and the latest episode of Inside the NBA handed him fresh content on a silver platter. He used it like a veteran who knows timing, delivery, and exactly when to lean in.
The Lakers proved to what I keep saying. The Lakers stink, plain and simple. We have to talk about them because the media is infatuated with the Lakers, but the Lakers are not a good team. They got zero athletic ability. They got a good shot every time. The Lakers could never keep them in front of them. This was a coaching masterpiece by Jason Kidd because there's no way that team that the Mavs put out there, especially one winning by 20, basically.
And it all started with LeBron's own words about the team. LeBron said, and this is a direct quote, that there have been times when the Lakers look really good at their best and other times where it is disgusting. He really said that in a press conference. Calling your own team disgusting on record is either elite self-awareness or a subtle cry for help, depending on how you see it.
He just described who he should be and who the team should be based on what their personnel is at that time. They are old in certain parts. They don't have perimeter.
Wait, he's the only one old.
But they don't have perimeter defense, both young at the perimeter. So now there's no resistance for guys that get downhill.
Yes.
And I think that is the biggest thing. You know, yes, they don't have a great shot blocker, but they have shot block ability. But they do not have resistance at the 1, 2, and 3 position. And that is indicative of why they play like that.
Either way, that word hung in the air. Charles Barkley grabbed that quote and flipped it into something nobody watching will forget anytime soon. He said it sounds like an old man waking up one morning feeling amazing. Everything works. You're moving smooth. You feel sharp. Then the next morning, the sciatica is screaming and nothing cooperates. The way he connected LeBron's description of the Lakers to the physical reality of aging was so sharp that the entire Inside the NBA set lost it. And here is the real twist. It was not mean just to be mean. It felt real. LeBron James is in his 40s playing heavy minutes in the NBA. His team swings from looking elite to looking completely out of sync with almost no warning. That is not random. That is what late career greatness can look like when a 41-year-old body is grinding through back-to-backs at the highest level in the world. But Chuck was nowhere near finished. When the Lakers are the topic, he keeps the pressure on.
PJ better going more to his own, too, to address the defensive issues on that team.
Absolutely, and like you mentioned, like Luka and Austin Reeves have been terrific offensively. Luka flirt with a triple-double every night. Austin Reeves been killing the league, averaging over 25 points, but they've been a turnstile on defense. And whoever comes to town can just beat them off the dribble, drive and kick, and get other guys open. But you wanted to also get more from DeAndre Ayton as an anchor when you acquire him as the Lakers, and he's been pedestrian pedestrian a lot of times, and I just don't think the Lakers, even though LeBron does a really good job at his
But when you
agent,
open a bee's nest and all the bees, it's hard to block all the bees. Like you got DeAndre in there like this. Like, come on, it's like you got to have resistance out front.
but even offensively,
From 142 to 224, the panel shifted from jokes to real basketball talk, and the breakdown was serious. Under all the laughter, there is a clear issue. The Lakers do not have strong perimeter defenders at the 1, 2, and 3 who can truly slow down guards and wings attacking downhill. When you cannot stop players at the point of attack, everything behind them starts shaking. The shot blockers have to overwork. Rotations get messy. Help defense stretches thin. Instead of controlling the action, the defense just reacts and scrambles. That is not how elite teams survive deep playoff runs. DeAndre Ayton was brought in with the expectation that he would anchor the paint and clean up those mistakes. The idea was simple. Let him be the physical presence, the rim protector, the guy who makes drivers think twice. But if we are being honest, his impact has been average. Not awful, not the only problem, but not the defensive backbone the Lakers hoped they were getting when they made that move. Then came the bee's nest analogy, and it actually makes sense. When there is no resistance on the perimeter, it is like kicking open a bee's nest. Every bee that gets through is a guard flying into the paint with speed. You can have size waiting at the rim. You can have length and timing. But if 3 or 4 attackers are already inside because nobody stopped them up top, good luck blocking all of that. That is the math problem the Lakers are facing. Rotating, helping, recovering over and over again is exhausting and risky. If every bee is already buzzing around the rim, you are playing defense on your heels. And in the Western Conference, that is a dangerous way to live.
They're going to make us talk about the Lakers. The Lakers are a mediocre team. Now, they got some really good teams in the West that we should be talking about, because I'm starting to get on this San Antonio bandwagon right now. Obviously, we got OKC and Denver. We got Houston. But, man, them Spurs, they're knocking on that door.
When the perimeter defense is that porous, it does not matter how pretty the offense looks. Luka Doncic and Austin Reeves have been electric on that end, and that is not up for debate. Luka is basically flirting with a triple-double every single night, stacking points, rebounds, and assists like it is routine. Reeves is pouring in over 25 a game and putting together one of the most impressive individual scoring runs in the Western Conference this season. On offense, the Lakers can flat out score. They have the firepower to hang with almost anybody.
Still number 5 in the West right now, the Lakers, and for the 11th time this season, expected to have LeBron and Austin Reeves and Luka Doncic together on the floor.
You get a basket.
Which has
You get a basket.
Which has
You
been
get
a
a basket.
rarity.
what you want to do? What you want to do?
But then Charles Barkley slid in with that Oprah impression. You get a basket, you get a basket, everybody gets a basket. The way he compared the Lakers defense to the Oprah Winfrey Show, where Oprah famously gave away cars to the whole audience, was comedy gold. It was sharp, it was loud, and it was painfully on point. Because right now, the Lakers defense really does feel like a giveaway show. Every team that walks into the building gets free points. Every opposing guard suddenly looks like an all-star. Pull up, step right in, grab your numbers. We are handing them out all night long. And then came the Washington Generals line. If you do not know that reference, here is the deal. The Washington Generals are the team that exists to lose to the Harlem Globetrotters. The Globetrotters are the show, the flair, the tricks, the entertainment. The Generals are there to get beat and make it look good. They are professionally built to lose. So when Charles Barkley looked at the Los Angeles Lakers, a franchise with 17 championships, home to Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, Magic Johnson, Shaquille O'Neal, and Kobe Bryant, and called them the Washington Generals, that was not a small jab. That was a headline. He basically said every team that plays the Lakers turns into the Harlem Globetrotters. Every opponent gets to shine because the Lakers make them look amazing. The studio cracked up, the crowd laughed, but deep down, a lot of Lakers fans probably felt that sting, because there is a quiet voice saying, he is not completely wrong. Then the Clippers caught a stray too. Lawrence Frank tried to spin things by saying the goals had not changed and this was not a white flag moment. Barkley was not buying it. He said they have waved every color flag already. Not just white, purple flag, orange flag, blue flag, all of them. The white flag is just the latest one in a long parade that started the moment Kawhi Leonard's injury history became part of the long-term storyline. Still, the Lakers were the main event, and Chuck made sure that spotlight stayed bright. Underneath the jokes, the panel's defensive breakdown was serious. The Lakers are sitting 5th in the Western Conference, which sounds solid at first. But 5th in the West means running through a playoff path that includes Oklahoma City, Denver, Houston, and San Antonio. Those teams are playing with more structure, more balance, and way more defensive consistency than the Lakers are showing right now. Barkley even said he is jumping on the San Antonio bandwagon. That matters, because Chuck does not hand out praise for no reason. The Spurs are third in the West and have beaten top-seeded Oklahoma City 3 times this season. Dylan Harper, just 19 years old, is averaging 11 points per game and growing fast. The organization has rebuilt around young talent with real upside, and it looks like the start of something steady, not a quick flash. Now look at the Lakers in comparison. They are built around an aging superstar in the final stretch of an all-time career. They have a generational talent in Luka Doncic, who is still blending into the team's full identity. And the supporting cast can score, no doubt, but those defensive gaps are real and hard to hide. Some nights it clicks and looks dangerous. Other nights, it unravels fast. That is exactly what LeBron meant when he said there are moments where it is disgusting. What makes Barkley's commentary hit harder than most is that he says the part other voices dance around. Right now, the Lakers are not dominant. They are not terrifying. They are not elite. At this moment, they are simply a middle-of-the-pack team trying to prove they are more than that. The Lakers are stuck in the worst possible spot right now. Not bad enough to tear it down and rebuild with excitement. Not good enough to scare the real contenders in the Western Conference. They live in that awkward middle zone where they get non-stop national attention because LeBron James will always draw cameras no matter the record. But when the spotlight hits, there is not much substance behind it in May and June. The LeBron aging conversation makes a lot of media voices nervous. Nobody wants to say it too plainly. That is why Barkley sliding in with the sciatica joke was funny, but also necessary. Playing professional basketball at 41 years old is no small thing, even for someone as disciplined and well-conditioned as LeBron. The inconsistency he described, the great nights and the disgusting nights, that is the reality of pushing a legendary career deep into its final chapters. Some mornings you wake up feeling smooth. Other mornings the body reminds you how long the journey has been. That is not disrespect. LeBron's longevity is historic and deserves real praise. But honoring greatness does not mean ignoring decline. Two things can be true at once. He is still brilliant, and he is not the same force every single night anymore. Barkley says that part out loud without dressing it up in soft language. That is what makes it hit. And when you look at the numbers, the situation gets even clearer. LeBron, Luka, and Reeves have only shared the floor 11 times this season. 11 in a year that is already deep past the midpoint. Your core trio has barely had time to breathe together. You cannot build real chemistry in 11 games. You cannot develop defensive trust, timing, and instinct in 11 games. Winning playoff teams grow those habits over months. The missed games, the load management, the schedule grind, all of it has stalled that process. Continuity matters, especially on defense, and the Lakers just do not have enough of it. Then there is the zone defense shift. When a coaching staff leans more into zone, it tells you something. Zone can be useful as a surprise, a rhythm breaker, a quick adjustment. But when it becomes a regular tool, it often means your man-to-man defenders cannot consistently stop their matchup. That is not a strength. That is a workaround. Against average teams, a zone might buy you time. Against Oklahoma City, San Antonio, or Denver, it becomes a target. Great offenses slice through soft spots. They swing the ball, collapse the gaps, and knock down open shots. At the playoff level, heavy zone is not a long-term answer. It is a bandage on a deeper issue. That is why the Washington Generals comparison stings so much. The Lakers have made too many opponents look better than they actually are. Guards attack the perimeter, get into the paint, kick it out, and suddenly role players look like stars. Highlight reels grow, confidence builds, and the Lakers are left reacting instead of controlling the game. Chuck said it on national television, and the laughter in the studio had that edge to it. It was funny, yes, but it was also uncomfortable. Lakers fans watching probably laughed too. The kind of laugh that comes with the small wins. Because when something hits that close to reality, it feels different. And look at the West right now. Oklahoma City is steady and dangerous at the top. The Spurs are surging and building something real. Denver still carries championship DNA. Houston brings young energy and defensive pressure every night. Sitting fifth in that group means you are not feared. It means you have serious work to do. If the playoffs started today, the Lakers would not be seen as a powerhouse. They would be seen as a matchup someone hopes to draw. That is not where this franchise expects to live. Not with that history. Not with those banners hanging in the rafters. Barkley is not going to stop talking about them. They are too visible and too dramatic to ignore. But the reason he has so much material this season is not random. The defensive lapses are real. The inconsistency is real. The middle ground identity is real. You get a basket, everybody gets a basket. He said it, and it's stuck. He called the Lakers the Washington Generals, and honestly, the counter-argument is getting harder to make. Right now, the defense is what it is. The sciatica joke landed. The Oprah impression was on point. And the truth underneath the comedy is what makes it echo. And here is where the pressure really starts to rise in Los Angeles. Because at some point, all the jokes, all the impressions, and all the viral clips fade away, and what is left is the reality of expectations. This is not a small market team hoping to sneak into the playoffs. This is the Lakers. 17 banners, global spotlight. Every loss feels louder, every flaw feels bigger. The problem is not just that they lose games, it is how they lose them. Defensive breakdowns, missed assignments, late rotations, wide open shooters smiling before the ball even leaves their hands. That is not bad luck. That is structure. That is habits. And bad habits in February turn into exits in April real quick. You can see it in the body language some nights. When shots fall, the energy is high. When the other team goes on a run, things start to unravel fast. Championship-level teams stay steady. They do not panic. Right now, the Lakers sometimes look like a team searching for answers mid-game instead of dictating the script. And that brings everything back to identity. What exactly are the Lakers supposed to be? Are they an offensive powerhouse built around Luka's brilliance and LeBron's experience? Are they a balanced squad that can grind out tough playoff wins? Or are they a highlight machine that looks amazing for stretches but cannot lock in for 48 minutes? That question still does not have a clean answer. Luka Doncic is doing superstar things. The numbers are heavy. The skill is undeniable. The creativity is unreal. But even transcendent talent needs structure around it. Basketball at the highest level is not just about who can score the toughest shot. It is about who can get stops when everything slows down and every possession matters. Austin Reeves has taken a leap, and that deserves respect. He is aggressive, confident, willing to take big shots, but asking him to carry massive offensive responsibility while also covering defensive gaps is a tall order. That is a lot to juggle when the games tighten up. And LeBron, he is still capable of turning back the clock on any given night. That is what makes this so tricky. He can still dominate stretches. He can still control tempo. He can still read the floor like a master chess player. But the key word is stretches. The days of 82-game dominance are gone. And that is natural. Time does not skip anybody, not even legends. So the Lakers are balancing greatness with reality. That is not easy. You have a veteran icon in the late stage of an all-time career. You have a superstar in Luka who needs a system fully built around his strengths. And you have role players who flash promise but cannot erase defensive mistakes on their own. That mix can explode in a good way. It can also fall apart under playoff pressure. Look at the Western Conference landscape. Teams like Oklahoma City and San Antonio are building habits now that will carry into the postseason. Denver already knows what it takes to survive 4 rounds. Houston plays with edge and energy every night. Those teams are forming identities that travel. Right now, the Lakers' identity feels situational, and that is why Barkley's words keep echoing. Not because they are loud, not because they are funny, but because they land on something real. When a team gives up straight-line drives over and over, that is not random. When rotations are late again and again, that is not just a bad week. That is a pattern. The scary part for Lakers fans is this: patterns do not magically disappear when the playoffs start. If anything, they get exposed harder. Teams scout every weakness. They attack the same action until you prove you can stop it. If your perimeter defense is soft in March, it will be targeted in April. No mercy, no sympathy. The talent is there. That is what makes this so frustrating. Nobody is saying the Lakers are empty. There is real skill on this roster, real star power, real scoring punch, but championship teams separate themselves with discipline and consistency. Right now, the Lakers are still trying to find both at the same time, and the spotlight is not going anywhere. Every national broadcast, every debate show, every social clip, the conversation keeps circling back to the same question. Are the Lakers dangerous, or are they just famous? That is a tough question, but it is a fair one, because at the end of the day, reputation does not guard anybody. History does not contest shots. Banners do not rotate on defense. The only thing that matters is what happens between the lines. And until the Lakers show they can defend with pride and structure for 4 straight quarters, the jokes are going to keep coming. The pressure is building, the West is loaded, the margin for error is thin, and the clock is ticking louder with every inconsistent night. If this group wants to flip the narrative, it has to start with stops, toughness, and a clear identity. Otherwise, the punchlines will keep writing themselves. So here we are, at the bottom line of all this noise. The Lakers are not a disaster, but they are not a powerhouse either. They are walking a tightrope between reputation and reality, and right now that rope is shaking. The talent is real. The names are legendary. But banners from the past do not win games in the present. This season has felt like a roller coaster with no seatbelt. One night they look locked in, sharp, dangerous. The next night the defense opens up like a freeway at midnight. That kind of swing does not scare elite teams. It invites them in. And in a Western Conference this loaded, hesitation gets punished fast. Luka is brilliant. Reeves is stepping up. LeBron is still rewriting the rules of longevity. But basketball is not a talent show. It is about habits, discipline, and getting stops when everything tightens up. The Lakers have shown flashes of that edge, but flashes are not enough when the lights get bright. The real question is not whether they can score. We know they can. The real question is whether they can defend with pride for 4 straight quarters against teams that do not blink. Because when playoff basketball slows down, every mistake gets magnified, every missed rotation feels heavier, every defensive gamble becomes a highlight for the other side. Charles Barkley's jokes hit because they sit on top of truth. The sciatica line was funny, but it pointed to something real about time and wear. The Oprah impression was comedy gold, but it exposed a defense that gives up too much. The Washington Generals comparison sounded wild, but it forced people to ask a hard question. Are the Lakers feared, or are they just famous right now? And that is where the pressure lies. This franchise is not built for middle-of-the-pack energy. The Lakers are supposed to walk into arenas and shift the mood. They are supposed to make other teams nervous. At the moment, that fear factor feels inconsistent. Some nights it shows up. Some nights it disappears. The clock is ticking toward the playoffs, and the margin is thin. There is still time to tighten things up. There is still time to build chemistry. There is still time to turn those defensive breakdowns into defensive stops. But it has to start with accountability and identity. Who are you when the game slows down? Who are you when the other team makes a run? That answer has to be clear. If they lock in, this story can flip fast. Talent like this is never out of the conversation. But if the same patterns continue, the jokes will get louder, and the exits will come earlier than anyone in Los Angeles wants to admit. That is the reality of the West. No shortcuts, no easy paths. So now it is your turn. Do you believe the Lakers can clean this up and make a real push? Or do you think Barkley nailed it and this team is stuck in that awkward middle? I want to hear it. Drop your take in the comments and let it fly. If you enjoyed this breakdown, make sure you hit that like button so more people can join the conversation. Subscribe to the channel so you do not miss the next deep dive when the drama heats up again. Share this video with a friend who thinks the Lakers are about to shock the world, or with someone who says the season is already cooked. This story is not over. The West is stacked, the spotlight is bright, and the Lakers are right in the middle of it all. Whether they rise up or fade out, we are going to break it all down step by step. Appreciate you for watching, for commenting, and for being part of the community. I will catch you on the next one.